Hello, Green Bay Packers fans. This is Oliver Smith bringing you another exciting update. Welcome, friends. Before we dive into the video, we kindly ask you to leave a comment below. Your opinion is incredibly important to our work. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video so we can continue creating amazing content. Thank you so much. The Green Bay Packers walked away from the field with a crucial win over the Miami Dolphins, but the victory wasn't enough to silence criticism aimed at the team's defensive unit. After the game, prominent sports journalists shared their blunt analyses, highlighting the persistent issues within the defense that, according to experts, continue to hinder the team's performance this season. In this report, we unpack the opinions of renowned analysts, dive into the key points of their critiques, and evaluate how this could impact the team's future. A bittersweet victory. The context of the criticism: the 24-20 win against the Dolphins should have been a moment of celebration for the Packers, but the defensive performance raised significant concerns. During the game, Green Bay's defense allowed the Dolphins' offense to rack up 398 total yards, with 280 of those coming through the air under Tua Tagovailoa's command. While the unit managed 3 crucial interceptions in the second half, lapses in coverage and difficulty containing big plays caught the attention of analysts. According to Mike Florio of NBC Sports, the Packers are trying to mask their defensive flaws with moments of individual brilliance, but that's not sustainable. Against more disciplined teams, like the Eagles or 49ers, these flaws would be fatal. Florio emphasized that while the win keeps playoff hopes alive, a stronger defense is necessary to compete against the league's elite. Dan Orlovsky highlights structural issues. Former quarterback and current ESPN analyst Dan Orlovsky didn't hold back in his critique. The Packers' defense is like a sports car with flat tires. You have the talent, but you don't know how to use it. The lack of in-game adjustments is alarming, he said on NFL Live. Orlovsky specifically pointed out defensive coordinator Joe Barry's struggles in leveraging players like Jaire Alexander and Rashawn Gary. He argued that the defensive scheme has become predictable, allowing offenses like the Dolphins to exploit gaps in the secondary. Orlovsky also noted the absence of consistent quarterback pressure. Despite Rashawn Gary being a disruptive force, the rest of the defensive line failed to match his intensity, giving Tagovailoa ample time to pick apart the secondary with quick, precise passes. Stephen A. Smith and the psychological impact. Stephen A. Smith, known for his fiery takes on First Take, didn't mince words about the Packers' defensive performance. How can you call this an elite defense? They give up plays all game and hope for a miracle at the end. That's irresponsible and frustrating for the fans, Smith exclaimed. He also discussed the psychological toll these defensive lapses take on quarterback Jordan Love and the offense, which often has to shoulder the burden in high-pressure situations. When your offense knows the defense will likely give up points every time the opponent crosses midfield, it completely changes the game dynamics. Confidence and offensive consistency become impossible, Smith argued. He also suggested that the Packers front office should consider replacing the defensive coordinator if the issues persist. Chris Sims on the lack of defensive identity. Chris Sims of Pro Football Talk was another vocal critic, commenting on the Packers' lack of identity on defense during his podcast. They don't know whether they want to be aggressive or conservative. In the end, they're ineffective at both, Sims said. He highlighted the defense's inability to stop the run as a recurring issue, with the Dolphins gaining 118 rushing yards, many of which came from explosive plays that left Packers linebackers in difficult positions. Sims praised individual talents like Devondre Campbell and Kenny Clark but questioned their utilization. It's like watching an orchestra where every musician is playing their own rhythm. The result is chaos, not music, he explained. What are the fans saying? As journalists' critiques dominate headlines, Packers fans have been vocal across social media. On Twitter, hashtags like #FireJoeBarry and #FixTheDefense have gained momentum, reflecting growing dissatisfaction with the unit's performance. Fan groups on Facebook and forums like Reddit are buzzing with heated debates about the team's future and whether drastic changes are needed. One fan captured the collective frustration in a post: "We have enough talent to be one of the best defenses in the NFL, but we're stuck in mediocrity. If management doesn't act, we're wasting the prime years of our players." What's next for Green Bay? The Green Bay Packers face even tougher challenges in the coming weeks, including matchups against elite teams like the Kansas City Chiefs and the Minnesota Vikings. These games will be crucial not just for playoff aspirations but also for determining whether the defense can bounce back amid criticism. Head coach Matt LaFleur and Joe Barry must find quick solutions. Changes to the defensive scheme, increased use of blitz packages, and better alignment adjustments are among the steps needed to correct the course. Moreover, maximizing the potential of key defenders like Jair Alexander, Rashawn Gary, and Devondra Campbell will be essential for creating an immediate impact on the field. Conclusion: a crisis with potential for growth. The critiques of the Packers' defense are harsh but present an opportunity for growth. Many teams have used adversity as a catalyst for reinvention. However, this transformation will only be possible with tangible changes in both mindset and execution on the field. For fans, the journalist's criticism isn't just a spotlight on problems, it's a call for the organization to avoid complacency. The Green Bay Packers still have a chance to rewrite the narrative, but the window for change is closing fast. Will the defense rise to the challenge and help the team achieve greatness this season? Or will it continue to falter, leaving behind unfulfilled promises and missed opportunities? The next chapter begins with their upcoming game.